Hello Leo, hello and welcome to your general tarot card reading for October of 2018. So Leo, this four cards, they're representing the overall 4 weeks of the month of October, kind of main events, main themes. This card is representing you, this is representing what's possible, this one what to consider, this one what to let go of, this one what's going to bring you going to move things forward, and this is additional commentary. So Leo, what do we have? We have an Ace of Swords, we have a Four of Cups, we have a Knight of Swords, and we have an Empress, and you being represented by the Hermit. So you're going to try to decipher this month what is true, what is truly you. You're going to look into the things in depth, and you're going to try to kind of find your own way based on the knowledge you already gained. But also for some of you, you're going to try to seek some kind of advice, someone who is an expert in their own field, and there might be different types of experts. It might be everyone from your GP to, you know, a specialist in the field, to a psychologist. So the Ace of Swords is kind of facing the Four of Cups. So so there might be some kind of decision required of you, some kind of a process of resolving situation, and you might feel that actually the resolving of situation might be not the best way forward. Yet there might be circumstances or other people who will be pushing you to make a decision. And the Empress over here is indicating you can make your own rules. You can choose to. You might have more options that you're being told. So maybe you might find yourself in the situation that either others or situation going to be portrayed that there's some limitations when it comes to your options, but this is not true. And you might feel being pushed into making a decision, pushed to take something or receive something. And you don't necessarily have to do it. What the cards are saying, that even though you might receive a strong push towards some kind of decision, and even some people, they might be very forceful, and they're going to say there's a timeline to it, this has to be done this way. It's for you to take time, ground yourself, ask yourself what is it that precisely is being offered. And for some of you it might be a poisoned chalice in some sort, and you don't necessarily have to take that offer. And you might want to come up with your own proposition, your own suggestions. And the Hermit is indicating that you're going to look for the truth in the situation. You might be capable, Leo, to detach yourself from the situation and look at it from a perspective of cold analysis. And that's what the cards are urging you to do in October. To not feel pushed or bullied into something. You have a choice, and you can make that choice, and you can present your own understanding of situation and ways forward. The only indication over here is to do it in a way that you're going to be assertive but not defensive. They try to tell you that being defensive about it's not the best course of action over here. So what is possible? The Page of Swords is indicating you are capable of finding new ways, avenues to resolve this and gain a clarity and equal footing. And you might indeed not see the entirety of the situation, but having a good understanding on what you're trying to achieve and how this can be achieved, and there might be a multitude of ways how this can be solved, achieved or done, is enough. What they are asking you to consider is the Queen of Pentacles, your self-value, what you are able to offer, what you have. So what to release is the Knight of Swords. So if somebody is nudging you, or situations that are prompting you to quick reaction, don't try to be too reactive. Do not be defensive, do not be reactive. And don't feel you have things against you. Actually, the things are steering you in the right direction. It's just how you choose to perceive certain situations. And what kind of action is going to take you forward is the Hierophant over here. And Hierophant is to take a higher grounding, to represent yourself in a manner that you're not showing emotion. Because Hierophant is representing the head of church, a public face. And sometimes when we are in public, we're putting on some kind of persona, we display certain personality traits, and we are informing and leading. So when we're informing and leading, so the Hierophant over here is indicating, Leo, that the best way forward, if you're going to be assertive, you're going to say, well, that would be ideally how things should be managed. And you're going to kind of present some kind of frame of how things should be dealt with or contained, and take the higher moral grounding over here. So what's additional commentary? There are things that you are not being aware of, things they are taking place, shaping the situation, and there is, I'm gathering, other people involved who are, you might have some kind of inkling of who that might be. There's someone that you actually is leading this whole situation, and someone who is I would say facilitating, someone who is leading, instigating, and there's someone who is facilitating. But I guess the overall message is for you, Leo, you are in charge, you are capable of changing the outcome. So the overall message for October, Leo, it's a very interesting actually reading, I would say, is to understand what is it that you would like to do, understand the in and out of situation. You don't have to respond in kind. You can kind of set your own rules. And you're quite capable of doing it. And indication is yes, you can do it. But if there is some kind of expertise, knowledge, or someone who is able to assist you or advise you, that would be a good idea to take that on board, to make informed decision. But to play the game, you can play the game. The best way forward is to not show your emotion, and just to play the game, and you are able to actually influence the outcome, and better your kind of end game, because it almost feels like you have to put the mask on in order to achieve whatever you have to achieve. So more emotionally detached you will be, the better chances for you are to outwit whoever you're outwitting. So Leo, good luck in October. Thank you for tuning, and you take care. Bye.